If you've been wondering how to use LinkedIn Stories for business, then stick around because I've got 7 ideas for you to help you connect, grow, and drive revenue. In today's video, I want to talk to you about LinkedIn Stories for business because I have noticed a huge problem on the platform. And that problem is that nobody is using it. I have thousands of connections on LinkedIn, and at any given time, I am the only one using it, or me and maybe 1 or 2 other people. I think the most that I've seen use it is 5 or 6 at any given time. It is such an amazing opportunity for you to connect and deepen trust with your potential customers and the clients that you already have. So I'm thinking that maybe the problem is that people don't understand what to post on the platform. They don't have ideas about what they can post and what makes sense for them. So today's video, I want to give you 7 ideas that really make sense for your business. And look, these aren't the only ideas. I had to cull my list so that we didn't make this video too long. There's so many things that you could be posting on LinkedIn Stories, but I'm trying to give you a unique edge, a unique take on the matter so that you can connect, that you can grow, whether that's grow your numbers, grow your email list, and so that you can ultimately drive revenue and build your bottom line. So with that being said, let's have a look at my first idea for you for LinkedIn Stories. If you're already creating articles on the platform or anything that I would deem to be pillar content. So pillar content is anything meaty, like a good solid video, a good solid podcast, and articles on LinkedIn, you want to be telling your audience through LinkedIn Stories. So I would suggest the way to go about this is to hop on Stories, tell the headline of the article itself or the video or the podcast, and then create context around that through the next stories. So whether you're hitting on the subheading points of what you talk about in the article, video, or podcast, or whether you simply provide context for the piece of content as a whole. So this gives you the opportunity at the end of those stories then to put a call to action and ask your audience if they want to see that video in full, hear that podcast in full, or read that article in full. And then ask them to reply to you so that you can just send them the link, because there really is no way to link out through stories. That is a deficiency. However, it's important to note that if people are replying to you through LinkedIn Stories, then you have the opportunity to have that conversation and simply drop the link there. Now, don't abuse it by trying to sell to them. If they want the link to the podcast or the video or the article, give them the link. Don't do anything extra. Just give them what they've asked for. Build that trust. Do what you say that you'll do. My second LinkedIn Stories idea for you is to do trainings on the platform. LinkedIn is a professional platform. People are there to learn. They're there to understand what you do and the value that you bring to them. So drop trainings on that platform and make sure that you caption it as well. A lot of people on that platform are in a professional setting, in a corporate setting, where they can't necessarily listen if you speak to the camera. So make sure that you're captioning it so that they understand the context of what you're saying. And then, if there's grounds for them to connect, they can do that because they knew what you were talking about, right? Bonus points as well, if you have a resource outside of LinkedIn that they can then go to get a deeper, further understanding about what you were talking about. So for example, if I wanted to give a couple of Instagram tips around how to grow the platform, and then I have an Instagram resource, a downloadable that's available on my website, I'm able to then put a call to action at the end of that. And then whoever wants it can respond again in the comments and I can give them that link. So make sure you're dropping trainings on the platform because it's a really powerful way to build trust with your audience. My third idea for LinkedIn Stories for you is cross-pollination. If you're on Instagram or you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook and a piece of content there is popping, it's doing well, it's getting engagement, then cross-pollinate that on LinkedIn Stories. There's nothing stopping you showing what's happening in your community elsewhere and giving people on LinkedIn the opportunity to connect with you on another platform. People who are on LinkedIn are not just on LinkedIn necessarily. They are also on these other platforms and they want to connect in those ways because sometimes there's actually safety for them to be in a Facebook group or on Instagram as opposed to being open and in public and being seen by their employer on that platform interacting with certain things. So make sure you cross-pollinate, give people the opportunity to connect with you in other places as well. Before we dive into the next tip, and if you are getting massive value from this video, I would love if you would hit the subscribe button below and also the like button, because that helps me know what you want to see more of. Okay, let's dive into the next one. My fourth LinkedIn Stories tip is similar to the last one, but a little bit different in that if you're putting out pillar content in different places, so for me, I put out these YouTube videos, it would make sense for me to then put the thumbnail in my LinkedIn Stories and then to create a trackable link like a bit.ly link or something of that nature so that people can easily go and find this video. You've gone to all the trouble of creating this knowledgeable content. Now you need to put in the effort to distribute it well, and LinkedIn Stories is another place that you can do that. If nothing else, you are telling your audience that you are putting out interesting, relevant, knowledgeable, informative content in other places, which is only going to build trust and establish you as an expert. You don't always want to be taking on the platform, selling, asking. You want to be giving as well. So make sure that you are pointing people to places where you are putting information that is relevant to them and that will bring massive value to them in the long run. My fifth tip for you for LinkedIn Stories is actually a really simple one. You need to be sharing what you sell on that platform. You need to say, hey, this is what I'm an expert in, these are my services, and this is how much it costs. It blows my mind how many people use social media, and whether or not you regard LinkedIn as social media, let's just lump it in that pile. But they use these platforms and they give value and they give value and they give value, but they never actually ask for anybody to engage with them. They never ask for someone to download something. They never ask for someone to reach out to them if they want a consultation, or they never give the prices around what they do. It's such a great way for somebody who is a hot lead or even a warm lead to reach out to you and engage you on those services. I do this frequently over on Instagram around my strategy consultation, and most of my strategy sessions come from Instagram, people reaching out in their DMs. So there's nothing stopping you doing that over on LinkedIn as well, especially because it is a professional platform where people are looking for training and they are looking at bringing in third parties into their businesses to help them in the areas they're deficient or weak in. So make sure that you're putting out that call to action. Don't do it every day, but definitely let people know what you do and how much it costs to work with you so that nobody is wasting anybody's time, even if they can't afford to work with you now or their budgets are a little bit tight because of COVID and things like that, or perhaps they don't get a new budget till the next quarter or the next financial year. They know roughly what it's going to cost to work with you, and therefore they're able to factor that in when the time comes and the time is right. My sixth tip for your LinkedIn Stories is to share your website. And I know that's a little bit of an odd tip, but here's the thing. What we want to do on social media is create a certain amount of familiarity. So go with me here. If you've got a downloadable, or if you've got a blog post or a video on your website or something of value that somebody could actually click out to and watch, or give over their email address for, then by navigating them through that and actually showing them what it looks like to be on your website, when they do click out, they're going to have that relatability and familiarity, and that's actually going to create a sense of safety and confidence in them to engage with you. Even if it's not buying from you, it might be jumping on your list or reading something that you've written or watching something that you've created. So by sharing your website, you're actually legitimizing your business in many ways, because we all know there's a ton of shady people on LinkedIn, and we all know that there's a ton of people that are just trying to grab. So allow people to feel safe and allow them to have confidence in you by legitimizing your business in their eyes. And that's as simple as showing your website. And my seventh tip for you is to share testimonials on the platform. If you've got video testimonials, you can put them up on LinkedIn Stories. If you've got written testimonials, you can pretty them up and create nice graphics in, Canva or something like that, and pop them up so that people understand the problems that you solve and how it is working with you. And again, it's another way of legitimizing your business and standing out from the people on the platform who are shady and, who really aren't legitimate and are just going for that quick money grab. So share testimonials, share the things that make people want to buy from you and engage with you because they're confident in the services that you deliver. I hope all of those tips have helped you gain the confidence to use LinkedIn Stories if it's something that you haven't been sure about using before. And if you want more tutorials like this that I don't share on YouTube, you can join my Facebook group. The link is in the description. You just need to fill out the questions and I will let you in myself and we can continue the conversation there. Thanks for being here today, and remember, keep showing up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.